Welcome to EXO Fleet's Insights, where every mile counts. The podcast where fleet data turns into real-world decisions. Each episode, we unpack what's really happening across mixed fleets, fuels and sites, and how better insights leads to better performance, lower costs, and fewer surprises on the road. So let's get into it.
If you give one piece of advice to an organisation starting out with digital twin, what would it be?
It's a good one now, but for me, it's about cataloguing what you have. If you can start cataloguing what data you have, you can start cataloguing what decisions or questions you might have of that data. If you can identify your highest cost pain points, like what part of your process is the highest cost, put that first in, map that first, and then that will help you build from there, because if that bit is covered, you can start asking questions of that process and make changes and adjustments of that, and then you can build from there on either side, or just continue on your next highest process to make more informed decisions.
So I suppose to make this really effective, you should put your entire fleet onto it, really, shouldn't you? You should put your ICE vehicles, your electric vehicles, your fuel cell vehicles, so you can do continuous comparative analysis to identify those that can transition sooner than hoped. And then even, I suppose, total cost of ownership for each type of vehicle as well, so that you have the financial decisions. It wouldn't probably work just to do low or no emission vehicles by themselves. It probably would be best to have the whole picture plugged in, wouldn't it?
Well, more again, it is that thing of more data captured means better decisions. You can absolutely do it from a central small fleet, and as you're expanding it, but you're completely correct in that if you're doing the comparison and transition piece of, we'll say, the more pollutant vehicles, or even just as simple as the high maintenance stuff, like again on the no emission side, you have less maintenance to a certain extent. There's less moving parts. You can get efficiencies that way. So again, from a costing point of view, that way, it can improve it. But as you say, if you have the whole fleet represented digitally, you can make better decisions, because the other piece you can end up doing is start going, well, if electricity goes to this cost, how efficient am I? If fuel goes to this cost, how efficient am I? If fuel drops to this price, how efficient am I? If energy drops to this price, how efficient am I? These are all parameters that can be represented and put onto a slider and move back and forth, and then you can be given your answer as to how well you think things are going to go, or even how profitable things are going to be in the future.
So how do you integrate real-time data into the digital twin model?
So for real-time information, it depends on where your infrastructure is placed. So if we take Azure as an example, there's Event Hub, there's the stream analytics piece, and Azure itself have a lot of digital twin friendly services. There's a lot of companies that have partnered with Microsoft that have built digital twins for that. So you have stream processing, even just simple data storage. Need somewhere to store this data. So there's data lake is another aspect of Azure that lets you do some real-time ETL processing around big data, lets you bring the data in, lets it be processed, and lets you take your lessons learned, or your either alerts or notifications out of that piece. Even something as simple as Power BI gives you analytics dashboard that itself can be part of a digital twin solution. Azure Synaptic Analytics as well for quite complex queries. All of these can help you together, and this is the piece of digital twin. It's one term, but it encompasses a lot of technologies. It encompasses a lot of different products, and then all of that together can deliver this a solution. So yeah, that's from the Azure side. That would be kind of where you would integrate real-time data. To be specific around the industry, use something like OCPP. So a lot of charger information comes through that way. A lot of the telematics that's available on vehicle that can also be consumed and kind of uploaded, we'll say. A lot of the telematics would be available via APIs, and then you have an API hub consuming those endpoints and then bringing that data into Azure.
Which I suppose makes it sound really expensive, but it's not, is it? I mean, if it's APIs that we've already done, they don't really cost us a lot to deliver. So if people, when we talk about it, because it seems so complex, often say, gosh, well, it's going to be so expensive and so cost prohibitive. But it's really not at all. It's like all modern technology.
If anything you heard today reflects the challenges you're facing in your fleet, get in touch with us today at Exofleets. We're always happy to talk through real-world solutions. exofleets.com